is going on, peoples of the internet? It is I, British Man Hawk. With me today is Retro Geek Zen and Bedroom Eyes Joker.
Fuck you.
Wasn't it going to be Sexy Eyes Joker? Nah, Bedroom Eyes Joker.
Bedroom Eyes just has a ring to it.
It sure does. It rolls off the tongue, man.
Yeah. It's so much more palatable than Sexy Eyes.
Yeah, Sexy Eyes is... it's not as imaginative. It's not as descriptive.
True.
You know, it's all in the eyes, Joker.
Yes, the eyes are the doorway to the soul.
You know, that's always a funny thing when like throughout history when a guy says to a hot chick with big tits and nice ass, what's your favorite part of this girl? Oh, her eyes, definitely her eyes.
Yeah, sure. Her eyes.
Sure, that happens nowadays. What's your favorite part? The ass.
I think in the past maybe every single guy just felt like the right thing to say was eyes, but these days probably people just go straight for, you know, her pussy lips or something.
Or her tits or
Her
her
tits.
ass. Yeah.
I love it.
But,
Yeah,
you know, growing up, I used to be like, as long as she's got a cute face, you know. But now it's like,
cute is so hot, right? People but that's been going on for a while too.
It's not overly hot. It's just
no.
unique.
Cute is where you want. Like I think
unique.
guys,
you know.
Well, I think most guys would agree that like hot is hot, but cute is what you want.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
sure.
it's something that attracts you more or less.
But then like I think maybe in the 80s, like a lot of girls thought that when a guy calls you cute, it means you're ugly but interesting. Do you remember that? It's like I've always heard it like, oh fuck, he called me cute. That means I'm ugly but interesting. But I think cute's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, cute doesn't feel like you're ugly. A cute's like, oh, you know, well, I adore this
Adorable.
girl. Yeah.
Like my cat, I think my cat is so cute that like
I think
could never
cute-
get bored of my cat's face. My cat's face is so beautiful.
I think
Yeah.
cute has become pretty much the replacement for adorable at the moment because you're adoring something really. So you're saying that my cat is cute, my dog is cute. It's more realistically, you're more saying I find them adorable.
Fuck, are we comparing the opposite sex to pets again? This is what I do every fucking episode, I feel.
No, I'm just trying
Well,
to
it's-
explain the thing, but no.
It's better than comparing with Hawk, you know? Like, we wouldn't want to compare Hawk, do we?
Well, Hawk has
A
been
stallion.
the first to like post. Yeah, well, Hawk has got balls, man. He posted up nipple shots before any of us did on this guy. I mean, that's brave, you know. It's like
that's desperate.
Well, fucking Neck Minute is posting dick shots, man. Who knows?
Oh, no. I'm leaving. I am leaving.
Where does it even come from? Like, where does it even come from that guys like send shots of their fucking penises all over the internet? Like,
Bro,
where does that come from?
Okay,
Where do you draw the line? Like, I've
Okay,
seen
I'd never
guys
be
just do it.
comfortable in doing that. Okay,
like Joker, you've got like framed, sexy bedroom eye shots, but
No, I don't. Just one.
do you send penis
Super
shots to girls too?
hardcore posed.
Sorry?
Do you send penis shots to people?
Nah,
Dick pics.
nah.
Dick pics, yeah.
Nah, I need a
No?
fans only account if that was the case.
I remember the days of like ICQ and Yahoo chat. Like you'd just randomly be in some chat room and some guy would fucking add me, and then next thing you know on my screen is a guy stroking his fucking dick.
Jitters.
I think that's where it came from. I think it
Man,
came
I
from
don't-
like chat rooms.
I don't think I even grown up with that. Like, I know there
Yeah.
was what was that website that you used to go to where you know you can always, it was like chat roulette or something.
Have you heard
Yeah,
of?
I'm pretty
have you
sure it
guys heard
was
of
just
Omegle?
called chat
I
roulette.
think Omegle's the one I'm thinking of.
Omegle,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's
been-
where it started.
I've been tempted to join Omegle, but
No, I think I know which one you talk about. Because you basically just keep switching, and then you'd have a chance where some dude is just jerking off, and you'd be like, "Okay, this is happening."
well, I used to be on those Yahoo chats, and they like that's where you get that ASL, right? ASL, age, sex.
Yeah.
What's L language?
No idea.
ASL.
No.
Age, sex, location, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was the case.
And then
Age, sex, location.
like as soon as they found out I was an Asian guy, a lot of girls would just like literally just go, "Oh, sorry, not into Asians."
Racist.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the stereotype that all Asians have like beep beep.
Small dicks.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man, it's true though.
Who the fuck? I reckon you're a sex addict if you want big dicks.
Oh man, I don't even
100%.
know. Like,
Well, there was a
I
study
can't-
that
I can't
showed
do
that
it.
people. I think there was a whole thing as well that if men with big dicks are generally bad in bed or something like that.
Well, that's because
I heard that floating around somewhere. I was
But
just
those
like,
those porn videos where you've got a guy with a fucking huge dick and a tiny chick, I just think that's like that fucking anime that we were talking about in a past episode, where it's like fucking erotic dodgy style, like fucking demon fucking a little girl. It's just like where does it?
and the whole thing sometimes doesn't even go all the way in. It's like
It'd be like touching up against her fucking small intestine and large intestine at the same time, man. It's just
I'm
like,
like impaler. Jesus Christ.
that's what
like,
I mean. It's fucking sick.
But all he's
Yeah,
doing
well-
is just standing there. That's all he's doing.
And then there's girls like Viv who like big dicks up their bums. I'm just like, oh man, like even the few times in my life where I've done a big shit, it's fucking been traumatic.
okay, what the fuck?
All right, this went 360. All right, should we continue?
No, okay, so we haven't even
Well,
mentioned what the topic was.
this went 360, so we were walking, did a spin, and kept going the
Okay,
exact same
in the
direction.
same
Do you mean a
direction.
180?
Oh, it's only gonna get deeper then, boys, deeper.
Yeah, but just remember, all porn
Deep,
is
deep
exaggerated.
down.
All porn is exaggerated. Like you're literally like, oh, I'm just here to clean your sink. Okay, my titties just fell out.
Oh, fuck the
And
bad
it's just like,
acting in porn. Like
okay.
I don't even. I
The
don't even
pizza
think they-
delivery guy.
Yeah, but they used to do that because like porn videos, you have to drive to Canberra to buy the VHS porn tapes, and
Yeah, that was
They
always
had so
weird.
much
The
bad
pizza
acting.
guy comes in, sits on the settee with the
Yeah.
pizza on his lap, and he's
And-
like, "Here's your pizza." And it's like, okay.
You
It's
know
like,
what?
and when they're saying their lines, you can see they're struggling so hard to remember them, but they're bad lines, and they're like,
Yeah, but they're not really there for the acting, are they?
No, but you know which porn star comes to mind when you mention that? Johnny Sins.
oh, it rings a bell. Was that the really? was
That's the
that
bald guy. That's
that
like
guy? Yeah, yeah.
every bloody role he does. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, that's gross, man. Fucking hell. He gave guys hope. He gave guys hope. You could be
He
an
still
ugly
does.
fucker, and he's still around. Hey,
Oh, he's 41. Jeez.
fuck, man. How is that guy not dead yet? It's crazy.
He's
Um,
a
got-
YouTuber apparently.
man, he'd probably be good on like the Joe Rogan podcast or something.
Yeah, but a lot of porn stars went back onto like Twitch and YouTube because they were making like lots more money from it, and obviously since
There's no
they're
money in
porn-
it. There's no money in porn anymore. Like I met Little Caprice. So Little Caprice used to make fucking
Oh, she's gorgeous.
oh, she's in real life
she's-
too, man. She's so
Really?
funny. She's so funny, so sweet, laughs a lot. But like when I picked her up from a hotel, in the city, and like as soon as I got to the hotel, I'm like, what the fuck is this dump? It was the shittiest hotel. And as soon as she hopped in the car, I'm like, what the fuck are you staying here for? Like, why aren't you staying at the Hilton or fucking Sheraton or something? She's like, what do you think I am, rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, what about all the porn you do and stuff? She's like, Justin, there's no money in it. Like, all the young girls these days are doing it for like $500. So where
Really?
once upon a time they used to get like 15, 20 grand per movie, it's long gone.
So is it because
Long gone.
they just get paid lower, and obviously the movie makes a lot still, but
Well, the movies don't make as more. Like we all used to have to buy the VHS or whatever. So
that's right. Yeah.
so now it's all free and
Free,
all
downloadable.
the young girls are doing it for free or for cheap, and so it's all gone. Money's gone.
I'll pay her to do our real life sex.
Oh, she was amazing, man. She was so cool. Like I was just so into just hanging out with her. It was
All right. Next time we go over, you're going to introduce us.
well, she was actually coming to Sydney to get married. So I actually
Oh!
yeah. So I actually had the dosh on me. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna actually ask her.
Did I
if
just
she-
did I just hear glass shattering, or was that Joker?
Oh, yeah, but I actually asked her if I could sleep with her because I thought she was like she'd be okay with that. But and if I could pay her, and she's like, she couldn't because she's getting married. So I missed out.
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, I just found that weird with porn stars who have like are married and have children. I'm just like, that must be so awkward.
Well, yeah,
especially for no, I just mean like especially for the kid. Like he'd get like, or he or she'd get hardcore teased at school.
Well, for them, sex is almost like a handshake. I mean, it's like in business, you shake hands with people. You know,
Uh, I've seen videos. It
it's
varies.
work. It's work. It's separate. Work is separate.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen some of them where they've just gone like sex has now become extremely boring to me. But then like some of them are like full on. I really enjoy this. I get so into it and stuff. And I'm
Oh,
just like, yeah,
you've
cool.
heard the term nymphomaniac, like sex addicts. Like it's definitely a real deal. It's definitely a real thing.
Oh yeah, I
Like
know.
I was watching a podcast about with a comedian. I forget his name. Chrissy someone. Chrissy is his stage name, and he's fucking hilarious. I only just discovered this guy, and he did a few podcasts where he just came out and just was so open about it. But he says that he's not gay and never has had a
He's
gay
not. He's not gay,
sexual.
but his
He's not.
boyfriend is.
He's never had a sexual relationship with a man, but he finds that he is totally in love with men, especially smart man. He loves like watching an Obama speech. He even talked about like not being able to fuck a chick once, and he had to put on a YouTube video of Obama speaking to get it up.
What
And
the
like
fuck?
what this guy does, is he calls good mates of his on the phone, has a proper D&M with his mates, and then goes and afterwards he gets so fucking horny that he has to fuck a chick.
Oh my god, that. I'm sorry, that's just weird.
I know, but he's so funny. Like I just to come out and say it like that, I was just like, fuck, this
Yeah,
guy's
but
gonna.
how would you feel as the friend? You're just like, wait,
He's got a
you
problem.
what?
He had a sex addict problem. So he got he had a kid with a woman, and he fucked up his entire life because he was a sex addict. And
No,
he's
no.
only
To me, the whole like him being a sex addict, that's his deal. But the whole like, if you were
being a
just
mate
like,
of his.
just the whole
Yeah,
part where I just like, I just talked to you for like 40 minutes. What do you
yeah,
mean? He's like, I got horny from you talking to
yeah.
you.
He's
I
so
don't
he
know how
I
I should
watched.
feel about this.
Well, I watched another podcast where he hopped on a show with his best mate, and his best mate was actually cracking jokes alongside him, and just thinks that it's a weird thing, but like he's never come onto his mate. He never will. He's not gay, but
Sorry.
there's something really weird about this guy. He's gonna make it famous, man. He's
I've-
so funny, bro. Like
He's not
gonna make
gay.
it
He's
famous.
just attracted
All
to
I heard
men.
he's never come onto his mate. That's all I heard.
But dude, this you guys will hear of him because he's too funny to not get out there. Like he's the real deal. He doesn't even have to crack jokes. He just has to tell stories. He's so funny. But
Yeah, but
guys, we
We should
haven't
get
e-
him on. We
we
should
haven't
get him
even-
on.
It's
well,
just
yeah,
strange saying
he's
I'm
he's
not
an
gay.
American.
I just get turned on by men. That's just weird.
Well, he can't. He likes women, but he doesn't get sexually aroused until he has a
Says-
D&M with a guy. Yeah, it's really, really bizarre. It's
It's
really
not a
unique.
disorder. It's like it's a I don't know what the word is. Like a sexual preference, I
Just
guess.
a preference.
I'll have to leave his name in the
It's a
link
kink.
to him in the I'll have to leave his name in the description on the video when we upload this. But guys, we've been ranting on. We haven't even talked about sort of our topic for the night, which what was it again? I was like, we're too single to mingle or
Single,
something.
not
Something like
We're so fucking so single that we don't mingle, or single and refusing to mingle.
how
I thought it was single and not ready to mingle or something. Tonight,
I'll-
show up.
I'll find it. Once I find it, I'll
No,
say
no, I
it.
think that's it, Hawk. I mean,
Single and not ready to mingle. Yeah.
There you
yeah.
go.
So I kind of wanted to talk about it because as long as I've known both of you guys have been single. Probably as long as you guys have known me, I think I've been single. I mean, I think I was in a relationship early last year, but it only lasted like 3-4 months or something like that. And it's kind of like almost just reminds me. A little bit, maybe about a month ago now, people were spreading around a bit of misinformation. It was some of the quotes that Steve Jobs made before he died, and it's been proven to be not right. Whoever wrote this is full of shit. Steve Jobs didn't say any of that crap. But a lot of it, when people are on their deathbed, they fucking say shit, and a lot of people listen to it because you don't want to die with regrets or whatever. And one of the sayings, I actually wrote it down. One of the sayings resonated with me. It is, if you just want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. And I have always been in really long relationships. I really liked always being in one. Whenever I wasn't in one, I'd fucking have hardcore panic attacks and I just want to get into another serious relationship ASAP. And then for some reason, for the last few years, I've just been single. Like after my ex-fiance, I've just never gotten together again where I've been in a long-term relationship. So now this quote's kind of like fucking the whole walking fast thing reminds me of, like the fast life, fast women, fast cars, fucking drugs and shit and
Oh
stuff.
my
And
god.
I just feel like almost like the quote resonates with me because it's like if I want to keep shooting girls and stuff, and then like I'm dating girls on Tinder and they find out what I do and it upsets them and stuff like that, it's like, fuck, maybe I'm not saying that I want to shoot forever. Of course, I could change, but like
Where's the fun in that?
well, no, I'm cool with it. Like you got to change, right? If you're gonna go into a relationship, you have to sacrifice
No,
something.
it's compromise.
Compromise. You got to meet people halfway in life, right? So 100%. Like,
Well, then she shouldn't judge you. If she thinks you're
no,
a decent guy, she shouldn't
Look,
say.
I'm with you. I'm
you
with
know.
you. Yeah. If you were an athlete, same shit, right? Like if you were the number one tennis player in the world, you can't tell your partner to not play
What?
tennis that day.
Well, yeah. You can't say stop this for me. No, like that's your career. That's the way it's going. Yeah, you can change, but
People can change.
that's
So I could
that's
definitely
up
stop
to
shooting.
you. That's up to you. They can't force you to do that. And if they're not happy, then obviously, well, then what's the point?
But I like this quote though. Like, you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. And I kind of get that. It's like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people. I watched it. I think I said on one of the last podcasts. I watched a video on YouTube the other day of 3 people who were way over 100 years old, and they were talking about whether they had any regrets in life. And one of them went a bit off topic, and they said like the problem with young people today is that they give up way too early. Like that makes perfect sense to me because I've been in relationships where I've given up and ended it. But then you see couples that are like in their 70s and 80s that are still together and they've gone back to, all the sex stuff and all the not being attracted to your partner and their body type and stuff just fucking goes away. And at the end, you're just with your best mate.
I feel like that might be mood or just situations that occur that are based on daily basis, like stress and things like that cause it. Or
That's what I mean. Don't you think people give
Yeah.
up so early in that, like,
well, yeah,
if you're married and you've got children, and then like it's almost like so many people are now divorcing more than ever, and it's like, man, if you only stuck together, like life is long. So if you get to like maybe 60, 70 years old together, it's probably going to get really good again,
well,
or it
the
could.
way my opinion is the fact that when people get into a relationship, obviously it's fun, it's exotic, the first, let's say, year. I've got no experience, but this is
I was
what
about
I
to
think.
say this is good.
But like I feel like it's exotic in the first year, and then it starts going slowly downhill, and it's like, well, where's the lust, where's the love, and then obviously life happens and you got jobs and stuff. But the problem is one person's always willing to put in just to keep that alive, but it takes both to put in to keep it alive. And I think that's
Dude, it saddens me that you even think like that before you've actually been there. Like,
I know.
isn't that so sad? Like,
Well,
whatever happened to, like, in the 70s or something, you just approach a girl when you're putting shit in your fucking locker at school and you're like, do you want to go steady?
oh
And
yeah.
that's all it took. It's like, do you want to go steady? And like, you just fucking
But
girlfriend.
nowadays it's a BJ in the toilets. Like, come on.
Dude, it's not though. I think it's like, it's almost like that Tinder girl that I had on Tinder last week. She found out, like, she did a bit of a Google and she found out that I shoot nude girls, and she goes, "Oh, sorry, you shoot porn. I'm looking for a connection. Goodbye." And I'm just like, and I just replied back, I'm like, "Fuck you. I'm fucking looking for a connection too."
There are chicks on Tinder who literally just go, "I'm just here to fuck. I don't care. I'm not interested in anything else."
Honestly, I've been on Tinder for a while, on and off, but I've been on it for a while and I've never found a girl that like was that aggressive. Like, yeah, I've gone on Tinder dates where they wanted to, yeah, maybe they did. I fucking didn't know who they were, so I couldn't do it. I don't know. I just, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think, I don't think that's as common as it was like maybe 5 years ago.
Have you also noticed that like chivalry's dead? It's like,
Oh, dude, I
you
talk
know,
about that all the time.
you know when you try to
Chivalry,
help a woman, it's like the woman turns around and goes, "I don't need help," and it's like, I'm just doing a nice
yeah, that
gesture.
that's all to do with woke culture and everything, like holding open a door for a woman. Well, nowadays, holding open the door is more just do as being polite. Like someone is behind you, just open up the door, and yet you literally, I've seen stories where a woman's like, "This man held a door open for me, so I yelled at him for 20 minutes," and I'm
Yeah.
just like, "What for being polite? Are you
It's
that stupid?"
it's sexual harassment.
Yeah, but being romantic is still like a good girl will
Uh,
still really love it when a guy is being romantic or thoughtful, you know? Like to think like when you talk about chivalry, I think about like that era where if there was a puddle on the ground, a guy would take off his coat and put it on the puddle for the girl to cross the puddle. Like that's how crazy
mm.
chivalry was once upon a time. And can you imagine like a guy in his fucking $800 Supreme hoodie taking it off for a girl to put on a puddle? There's no fucking way. You know, it would never fucking happen. But yeah,
Well,
without going into the SWJ shit and all that fucking shit. Like, end of the day, I think guys have gotten to a point where, and this is probably going to be the bulk of the topic tonight. It's kind of like I feel like guys are they're sitting at a blinking cursor. Like, just say you've matched with someone on Tinder or something, right? Which is so much easier than when there was no Tinder, because before you would have had to walk up to a girl, and that was all these videos on YouTube were early YouTube at least were about get over your fears, and if you walk up to a really pretty girl in the street, what have you got to lose? And those guys are the go-getters. They're the ones that fucking go into a job and they're like, I want a job here. I don't know what the fuck you guys do, but it looks fucking cool. I want a job here, you know. And that's gone. It's not chivalry, it's fucking balls. It's gone. So
Yeah, no,
now,
I've
like,
tried to explain it. Many people have tried to explain it to me. I still don't get it. Like I
well. Okay, so now you've got Tinder, right? Which should make it easier. It's what have you got to lose? But the thing is, all the guys that I talk to about Tinder, they're not even on it. They've been single forever, and they're not on it. Why? I think it's because they think they're too good for it. There's a bit of
No,
attitude going
I've
on
been
there.
onto it.
no,
I've been
no.
onto it when I match with chicks and say and greet them. They're just, oh, okay, they're matched. And it's just like, am I supposed to say something like
Okay.
ridiculously cheesy
So
or
that's the next thing. That's the
And
next thing. Okay,
and
so
the
that's
thing,
just say you are on Tinder. That's what I was getting at. It's like there's so much fucking computation going on in a guy's head right now that if you do match with a chick, what you first fucking say in those first few lines, if you fucking get it wrong, that's it. You're never even going to get a
hold
response.
on. What I've actually seen and heard from other blokes, right? Have you heard of Bumble, where
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
women
yes.
I'm on Bumble.
actually replies first
Yeah,
after
I'm
they
on
match?
Bumble. Yeah, yeah.
They say hey, but it's like, well, if we do that to them, they
They're
fucking hate
fucked.
it. But
Yeah,
why can they do it
yeah.
to us? Is that a double standard or something?
It
Like,
is
come
because
on.
they want to see us fuck up first. Yeah, they throw it in our court for sure. Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll sit there even if I get a match now. Like I'm a really confident person and I can talk shit for fucking days. And like oh man, perfect example, right? When I was reaching out to the escort that I slept with like a month ago now, I started to write so much in my first message to her. I was like, "Oh, fuck! I've never slept with an escort before." Da, 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 da. And then and then I showed Viv, and she's like, "Oh God, that's like it's your whole fucking life story." You know, she's just totally like that's so would have scared anybody away. So she was just like, "You just got to write like, hi, um, just wondering if you were free for not what was the word I forget like a meeting like uh next Saturday, looking forward to hearing from you. That's it, right? And it's like fuck, I couldn't write it until she pointed that out. So it's like yeah, for sure, man. If a guy just says hi, you're fucked. You're
Yeah,
fucked. Just so you
yeah.
match with someone, oh
But,
hi.
but
You
what are
know.
you gonna say? Some cheesy pickup line or some line that you know? Oh, of course it makes them laugh, but I didn't see the fucking point. How like anyone can say a cheesy pickup line doesn't mean they're a good
But
person.
it's
You
not
know?
about being a pickup. Still want to try to say something real. Like I totally I had a match with a girl that I thought was super cute on Tinder. Like this was months ago. maybe even years ago, and I was so excited because I really wanted to match with this chick, and when I matched with her, I was like, oh my god, I remember that chick. I really wanted to match with her, and I wrote something like, "Fuck yes, it's a match. I haven't had a fucking match in ages," and she never responded. So fucked.
Unlucky.
I don't know,
Unlucky.
but no, but seriously, it's like I'm with you. Like I don't know. I think you need to ask questions. Like I think in life in general, right? Like I've always
I
had
don't
like
know. I've literally done that. I'll go to their profile and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm into this." And I'll be like, "Hey, oh, I see you're into this. What's that like? Or what are you into?" And they're just on match. I'm like, "Okay." And yeah, with Bumble because they've got because when you match with them, they have 24 hours to reply, and then you'll go, "Hey," and be like, "Oh, hey, are you, this and this." I see you're into video games. Like, what kind of video games are you into? Or
are you
something like that.
serious? Yeah.
And it's just
Okay.
like unmatched. I'm just like, I'm sorry that I treat you like a human being.
Maybe Hawk, you sometimes get your theirs and theirs wrong and your twos and twos wrong. So maybe you've spelt something bad and they're like,
No,
delete.
I get my theirs fucking correct from the get go, and I know my twos.
No, but seriously, I'm with you guys. It's like in a time where swiping left and right and stuff seems like it should be easier to meet people, it's actually not. Like it's definitely not. So it's almost like you'd be better off just going up to some random person on the street and just saying hello. Sure, they might have a boyfriend, they could be married, they could have children, but you're probably still going to have a better chance walking up to someone, a complete stranger at a club or a pub. Not that you can right now anyway, because of COVID and shit, but like,
Yeah, but for some reason, I can never fathom that in my mind when people are just like, just go up and talk to them. Like, I don't understand. Like,
have you
it's like
never,
it's like
done it? Have you never done it?
I've spoken to people, like random people,
Yeah. So there you go. Same
from
shit.
time to
What's the
time.
difference? If it's just say it's
Oh,
a group of
what's the
dudes, you
difference? I generally that when I'm doing that, I'm drunk.
right, exactly. That's fine too though, because chances are they're nervous and they're there and they're drunk as well. So
Like, I remember this one time, I was drunk and I was just like, this dude is in the toilet with me. We were at the sink and I was just like, "Oh, what's going on, guy? Have you been trying this?" And he's just like, "No, I haven't." I'm like, "You should give it a go." And then I just noticed that a couple of people going upstairs. I'm just like, "I'll be going there." And it was like this big auction. I'm just like, "Ooh, fancy stuff." And this table had stuff. And I'm like, "I'll be taking some of this." Ah.
but that's the thing, like I think that confidence sometimes when you're drunk, you just give off a bit more confidence, right? So it's like, what do you got to lose kind of thing. Okay, if this girl says fucking no or you're a dick or whatever, then one thing that I just popped into my head. One thing that I used to love doing was like, I had my girlfriend's cousin was like a best friend of mine because she loved clubbing. Like she moved to they moved from up north in Byron Bay to Sydney, and just loved getting into clubbing. So my girlfriend wasn't so into it at the time, so I would literally go out clubbing with her cousin a few times a week, and then we're popping ecstasy pills and all that shit all the time, and just hanging out with her, man, just like on the dance floor. We were there to dance. That's the thing. It's like she's not my girlfriend, she's my girlfriend's cousin. We're just there to fucking bust moves. And like the longer you stay at a club,
Bust a
the
move.
more bust a move. But the longer you stay at a club, the more the fuckwits that are there to like pick people up and shit, they all piss off because they like had a failure of a night. And at the end of the night, it's like legitimately the people who want to dance and have more room on the dance floor start dancing harder. So that's kind of what we did. And like I just remembered, like literally there was super hot because I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing, but there was some hot chicks that were on the dance floor that would come up to me while I was dancing, and I'm just like,
See, the
get
only
fucked. You're in my space. Like
see,
I just
the
wanted
only
to dance, and I would just like shut my eyes, and then I just remembered every now and then they'd like go, "You fucking snob," like, and just walk off. And I'm like, but I wasn't there to pick up chicks.
yeah,
But,
see, the
but
only time
there's something in that, don't you think? It's like when you're being confident and when you're just owning something, like you're more like the if I wanted to pick up chicks, maybe I would have not had any chances, but because I wasn't trying to pick up chicks, I had more chances.
yeah,
You're
the
not letting
only
on. You're not
yeah,
letting on at all.
So don't you think there's something in that? Is like if you're
maybe because the only time I did go clubbing because I'm not into it. like at all.
No, fair call.
The only time I did it, it was at EH, and I was just on the dance floor. I wasn't even like super drunk or anything like that, but I was just dancing like there was nobody there.
Right, and girls love that. Girls love a guy that
And
does that.
I think some chick was trying to hit on me. I'm just
She
like,
was probably looking your way, and you could feel it, right?
and I couldn't. Oh no, some chick was like talking to her friend, and then I sort of switched out, and then I'm like, because I can't hear her. And then even when she talked directly in my ear, I was just like, yes, and I couldn't hear her at all.
Hawk, are you a good dancer by any chance?
It depends.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter.
Like, because I'm scared shitless to even dance because I think I'm the worst dancer ever. Like,
you got to
Okay,
practice
yeah,
first.
but
You can't
let
just
me
fucking
let me
go
let
out
me
there and
but
emphasize.
you know
start
how
breaking
awkward it
moves.
is to look at yourself dancing in the mirror. There's no way in hell I'll
You don't. You
practice.
just
Yeah,
shut your eyes and feel it. But it takes
yeah,
time
but
to
like,
get.
here's the thing. I was drunk.
Yeah,
So,
true.
so thinking you're a shitty dancer is completely irrelevant.
But no one cares. No one cares.
In fact, you
Nah.
being a shitty dancer is like a source of humor because you're just like, I don't give a shit.
No one fucking cares, man. Like, yeah, like when I see chicks that can dance on the dance floor, like they're super
Oh,
hot. But when a chick can't dance, it's just if she's hot.
Funny.
She's hot. Like it
if
doesn't
she's
matter.
hot, she's hot. She's still going something for her, you know? Like,
Dude, I remember one night I went to like an Asian only party, which is how racist is that, right? But seriously, like
there's Asian dating apps only as well.
oh, that's,
Yeah, there is.
Asians are fucked, man. But seriously, like there's this Asian only dance party, and I went to that. And I got fucking. I ended up like vomiting on the street that night, in the gutter. But I was so drunk that night, and it was like the whole fucking place was full of Asians, like Asian guys, Asian girls, and I spotted this one blonde chick. And then I ended up snogging her on the dance floor. Like she was the only
Woo!
non-Asian in the entire house. But
How did she get in?
yeah, fuck, I don't know. Maybe she like made her eyes all squinty or something.
Maybe she was like,
I was squinting.
well, I was just gonna say she's a chick. Like they're pretty much just like,
Yeah,
you're not Asian,
in,
but
you're
like,
you're a chick, you're in, you're through. Yeah, fucking hell. No. But seriously, I think it's like one thing that does happen. I've never had really good guy friends. I've always had been closer to the girls at school. But like when I was running Zen Garage and when we were running in Leichhardt, we had a group of guys, right? It was always a big group of guys. And I saw that same thing that you see in high school where, you know, you walk past a hot chick on the street as a group of guys, and then a minute later or as soon as she walks past, everyone goes, fuck, did you see that? And I was always the guy that was like, what? I didn't see nothing. You know, like I didn't have my eyes on, like I wasn't like part of the wolf pack, you know? And I think like when you hang out with a big group of guys, it's like you can go to a club and for the whole fucking night, all you do is like pervert chicks and hang out with your mates. And it's like no one does that thing of like, come on, man, like you gotta break apart from the group and talk to some of these girls. Like
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah.
and I see it at the club too. And what I in retrospect, when I spent all those years with these guys from Zen and going clubbing and stuff, you'd see groups of girls that are like they're super cute and they're all hanging out with their own girlfriends and they're not talking to anybody else either. So it just takes the one person to break the group, to join the two groups together.
I
You know, it
definitely
only
think
takes one person to go, hey girls, like, you know, do you guys want to come and sit next to us and we'll buy some drinks and, you know, nothing. We're not trying to be sleazy. Just like, you know, just come and say hello kind of thing. Like it would only take one person to
But
initiate.
But you know what I think? I think it's the fact that when a guy tries to be decent, girls think he's a sleaze regardless. And I think that's what males are afraid of.
Right, but not if you're representing a group. It's easier. So just say it's like you and
no,
three mates or you and two
there's
mates.
there's still a whole thing of like, you know, if you go up to someone, you're just like, oh, hello, how are you, and everything, that they might be like,
Okay,
is
but
is this dude like one of those kinds of people?
dude,
or
it's
is he
not going to
being
be
generally
all the
nice?
girls in the club. Not every single group of girls is going to go get fucked. It's just not going to happen. It's like sending out a fucking resume looking for a job. You got to send out a lot of them. You can't just send one resume to the place you want to work for. You got to fucking spam it out, man. You get take some losses. Like some people won't reply back to your fucking resume. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, he's kind of got it there.
Like
I can't argue with that.
And I just think it's gotten to a point now where it's like not only are guys not going up to girls anymore in real life, they're not even trying to do online dating. not even attempting it because it's just too hard or something. But it's like, well, you kind of, it's it's a probability thing, and we haven't even started talking about this. Like, if a girl doesn't look attractive, or if she doesn't look like Megan Fox, you're gonna swipe left. Like, that's fucking savage.
Yeah, but Megan
Well,
Fox has
yeah,
a
that-
weird thumb.
So what?
like since when do
Margot
guys?
Robbie, that's the way to go.
But what is it with guys that are like of all shapes and sizes, fucking all wanting a chick that looks like fucking Scarlett Johansson? Like, it's just fucking crazy, right?
What's
Oh,
with
fuck that.
what's with all girls wanting guys with abs? Like, come on.
They don't though, man.
No, they actually.
They
I think
don't,
I
though.
saw a video where they went, "Would you prefer abs or a dad bod?" And they were like, "I prefer a dad bod."
Which
And they
girls
were
are
like,
these? Give me the list.
Dude,
I want to
I
apply.
have
I
literally,
was
I've
like,
literally, Hawk, I'm with you. I've 100% heard a girl tell me to my face that she likes dad bods.
Well, I think that's more of those cute girls we were discussing before, rather than that hot chick. Because I know the hot chicks will always go for abs.
It
no,
just,
like I saw
nah,
in the
I
video, like
disagree.
all of them were like fucking like pretty fucking hot.
But that's the thing. Don't you think hotness is also like, when a chick's hot, it's not because she's like traditional, beautiful, like a fucking Vogue model. It's like, when a chick's hot, she's hot. It's like
Yes,
how
but beauty's in the
how,
eye of the beholder.
no. But you know, when a chick carries herself like a certain way, it's like, it's so hot.
Like independent, or
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like how she
kind of-
talks, or how she.
Oh,
or
no, I like that.
Or the attitude that she posts on Facebook, or like the funny memes that she posts, or the funny the illustration, or the cool comics she reads, or whatever. It's like, that's hot. Like, that hotness is hot.
Oh yeah, no,
it's not.
100%.
You think it's like we all knew that when Angelina Jolie and fucking Brad Pitt got together, every single human being on the planet knew that they're gonna fucking break up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You can't have that. It's like fucking two hot people going out together. It's just, it's not right.
Nah. Well,
I don't. You know what I mean, though, right? It's like, so how many hot actors or actresses or whatever you're fucking. I'm not about to get fucking politically correct here, but how many hot actors on the planet, their wives and husbands look really normal?
hold on. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel.
Oh, that's a hot couple.
Got
so
ya.
hot. Yeah,
Got
she's
ya.
hot.
There you
Yeah,
go.
fuck, there's always going to be exceptions, though, man. There's always going to be exceptions. But generally speaking, like, I like it when I see. You can't judge. You can't just say like the hottest chick in the world. You look at their husband and like, fucking, what the fuck is she going out with that cunt for? It just, of course, there's a reason. He's a fucking legend, man.
Well, it's probably because they're also different to the people they hang around on a daily basis as well.
Oh, who'd want to go out with an actor anyway? They're gonna have like sex scenes.
No, there are some people that do it. There was a couple. What's her name?
I'd rather go out with an actor than a politician.
I got that.
One of them will just continue. One of them could just continuously lie to you and dance around the question, while another one, you'll just get your photo taken all over the place.
Oh, that's the worst, man. When I went out with a girl that dressed like a stripper, like, you go to a pub and every guy that was wearing the fucking neons, you know, the neons, you could feel it burning in the side of your head, man. Like, I could just feel these guys, like, they're just like talking about her and shit, and it just killed me. I couldn't handle it.
Don't focus on her. Just think of it as my girlfriend's hot, and they're just jealous, and she's mine, and that's it.
She was too fast.
It's a little
She
bit
was way
possessive, but
She was
yes.
too fast, too furious, man. But no, seriously, like, I kind of wanted to talk about this topic because I think it suits the Geeked Out channel in that, like, heaps of guys I know and that I don't even know are spending like solid hours playing games. And but it's almost like,
So I wonder who you might be talking about.
no. I mean, but I don't mean to spend all those hours on fucking Tinder and dating sites either. But I don't think it's almost like a Hawk. Do you remember that one time we were on Fallout 76 and this American chick started playing with us?
Oh, where was
Do you
my
remember
invite?
that? We were just randomly doing the PvP mode.
All right.
right? So we were in PvP, and she starts talking, and she's like punching bongs, man. She's like, "Oh, I'm fucking so stoned right now. I don't know where I am." And stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
do you remember
chick.
that chick?
She was fucking.
So I was like, "This chick's cool," because I always used to be a pot smoker. So I'm like, I fucking want to add her. So I'm like, oh, I've just sent you a friend request, and she just straight up just goes, "Oh no, sorry, I don't accept friend requests."
What?
Fucking yeah, rejected, man. So I get it, but like I don't, fuck whatever. Like I don't fucking give a shit. I'm like, fuck, you're the one who's missing out.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean, a lot of girl gamers do get the whole "I am a girl" and then the
I
immediate
get
like
that too.
15 friend requests. It's just like,
I
is it
know.
just because I'm a girl?
Yeah, and it's their problem though. It's not my problem.
and
That's what I mean. Like I don't mean to say it in an egotistical way. I'm just like, hey, like I just think that we could have good conversations because she's a pothead and she plays games and I'm not a pothead anymore. And I thought, hey, that could be someone I could talk to.
That
So I
could
was
be
just
funny.
being genuine. But the way she rejected me was so quick, and I was just like, well, fuck, that's fine, not a problem.
sounds like Steam's the new Tinder by the sounds of it.
Well, if there were more girls playing, if you were playing a game, like that's the thing. Like I wouldn't like go and try to chat to a chick on her Twitch channel. I think then you're thrown in with the fucking,
Yeah.
then you're thrown in with all the rest of the fucking sharks. But
Yeah, because someone might ban you. Hi, how's it going? Banned.
What you're gonna do is do an IP trace route, find her where she lives, knock on her door, and kidnap her.
But I honestly think like pubs and like social places and social spaces. Like every time I've gone to a rock concert, like a live concert, I've always been happy to go up to complete strangers, girls, and just start talking to them. Um, I just think like, yeah, and sure I get rejected every now and then, but like fuck, man, it's like I was just trying to say hello. Like I'm not gonna fuck up my whole night because some girl thinks that I was trying to be a fuck boy or something. Like it wasn't my intention, you know. So I don't know. I think guys have gotten to a point now where it is easier to just come home and watch Netflix or spend heaps of hours like working at something difficult, but it's a game, or it's trying to watch like fucking 10 episodes in one sitting, or it's a challenge, but it's a bullshit challenge. Whereas like a real, much more real challenge would be to go outside and go to a place and try to talk to some random people, or even organize a night with your friends and get them to bring friends that you don't know. Like that actually takes more effort and is more of a challenge, and probably would pay more dividends in that it would be more enjoyable and more satisfying than going up a couple of levels in that game.
I feel like you're describing me now.
See, get rid of the paranoia. I'm actually not talking about anyone. I'm talking about everyone. Like,
No, you're right. No, 100% you're right. I'm not gonna lie. That is correct. It's a lot easier, and the thing is, even through COVID, and I think it's just you want to meet new people, but how do you meet new people by yourself? I kind of feel that that's an awkward thing.
it's
like,
not. What do you got to lose? Is what I'm saying. It's like sending out the CVs. It's the
But
same shit.
I feel like my issue is that I don't want to seem like a creep to anyone. But the thing is, you're right. I shouldn't allow that to stop me. But
Well,
for
you
some
are
reason,
still looking for someone to have sex with, but it's like there's nothing wrong with sex, and that's what everyone wants in the end of the day. But you're not trying to fucking take them home tonight.
well, the
right?
thing is that might not be the end game. Like it's
Right,
good
right.
to meet new people,
Full
even
stop.
friends. But like the end game doesn't have to be sex. It's just you want to be a nice guy. You want to meet new people, and maybe you want to hang out again if they're great people to hang around with. You know?
That's a tough one, man. I've met cool people on Tinder, and I've just like they're so cool, but I don't really want to meet friends right now. I kind of like that's a tough one, I have to say. But like I was in the city with a Tinder date not too long ago, and she got hit on at the bar, so she went to buy me a drink, and she's come back. She's gone like, oh, a guy just tried to hit on me at the bar, and she said, oh, I'm with someone. And he wouldn't believe her. He's like, you're full of shit. You're just saying that because you're not interested in me and you want to get away from me. And she says, no, he's outside. I'm with him. He's out in the beer garden. And she was telling me this, and this dude comes out of the bar and is like looking for her. And I'm sitting next to her, and he goes, he just said out loud, he goes, so you weren't lying. You guys have a good night.
See, that,
Take that.
see,
one
that's
Zen.
weird.
One
No, but
Zen.
you know what ended up having it? Like 15, 20 minutes later, he came and sat down with us, and we just had a laugh about it. And we both thought that he was just such a cool dude and really nice.
Yeah.
So that was cool in that, like, yeah, he was hitting on it. And you can just tell that, man, if this guy keeps going out every night like this and just goes up to every single girl that he sees and does his thing, this girl that I was with was like, we're in total agreement that this guy's going to find a girl in no fucking time. Because he had the balls.
Feel sorry for the girl that finds him.
I just thought he was funny. Like we both thought he was funny. He talked about himself a little bit too much, or we thought he was a bit egotistical, but he had like confidence, you know.
Well, yeah,
And that was still endearing in some weird way.
Well, just like how we like independence in women, women like confidence in men.
Yeah, just a guy who's not afraid to say g'day to a complete bunch of strangers. Like, I just think he had nothing to lose. Like, I don't think I get enough of that. Like, when I do go out in public, chances are I go with my mates and I never stray from the group of mates that I'm with. There's all these other people at the pub. They're all having a good time. Like, I think back of like pre-COVID days when you're at like Coogee Beach or something, and there's like, it's fucking packed and everyone looks beautiful and everyone looks like they're having a good time, but not a single person is talking to anybody else. They're just talking to the 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, because they huddle in their own little groups the entire time.
Yeah, so what do you got to lose by, like, now in retrospect, when I think about it, all those times where I've been to a club with a group of guys and we ended up leaving as a group of guys, I'm like, fucking hell, if I could replay that back right now, I would be the one that would be the sacrificial lamb. I would go up to a bunch of girls and just go, hey girls, I've got a couple of mates over there, and like we look like pretty fucking sad because like it's just like 4 of us guys sitting by ourselves. Would you guys like to join us and for a couple of drinks? And I literally,
yes, but that happens in lots of scenarios.
Yeah, but if they say fucking no, I'll just move on to the next group of girls, and like I would just do it because I would love to be the sacrificial lamb. Like, fuck it, I've got nothing to lose. You know,
but but you hear so many situations. It's not just that; it's like arguing as well when you're on your own. You're just like, I should have been like this, and if I could go back, I'd say this. And it's just like, okay,
yeah, I get you.
But you know, there's another problem that comes to that when you're saying there's a group of boys, because I think when guys go out, it's like when they see a guy sort of leave the group, it's like you're dogging the boys. Yeah,
no, not if you're going to bring back the girls, though.
No, but I think the younger generation is more like that. Like the boys stick together, or you know, if one guy leaves the pack, you know, you're dogging the boys for a girl or shit like that. And I kind of feel like that's over the top a little bit.
That's fucked. That's fucked. That's fucked. Who wants to go out in a group of guys and then for the whole night all you're doing is hanging out with the guys and like just
I know, right?
You know, it's like you said, like you were bang on a second ago. You said it is fun to meet new people and you don't know anything about them. And it wasn't organized on Tinder. It wasn't organized on some fucking dating app. It was just legit like some people that just happened to be there at the same time as you were, and you made something happen, rather than like sort of ignoring everyone around you except for the people that you're with.
Yeah, like what are you there for? Like just to buy $30-$40 worth of alcohol for one night and then just sit there and do nothing?
Well, it's gotten that way, hasn't it? It's gotten so sad that like this is what happens. Like this is the norm now. Like
it's boring.
You know, like if I remember all those times that I was hanging out in Byron Bay or Sandon, which is like even more remote, like if you saw at Sandon River, if you saw someone go past you on a boat when you were in a dinghy, you'd literally, first thing you do is just wave and they would wave back. And same shit, if you saw someone walk past the house or whatever, you just wave and they're like, hey, how's it going? And some people would talk, some people wouldn't. Some people would just wave. Some people would be like, stop by the fence for a second and say, beautiful day, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, that's how it was.
Yeah, well, I'd rather that. Like, if I go shopping, hey, how are you going to the cash register? Like,
right,
you
there
know,
go, right?
It makes people's days just to be polite or shoot a bit of positive energy. Like at work, you know, keep a positive attitude because it makes people's days better. Someone might be going through a tough day, you know.
Uber driver or a taxi driver, same shit, man. I'm not gonna get a lift all the way from the city to my place and not fucking say a single word to this guy. I'll go for a conversation any day of the week.
Unless you try to be nice and they don't say anything back, then he's a cunt.
Fuck yeah, that's fine.
I hate people like that. To be fair.
Yeah, exactly. But isn't it? Don't you think that that's almost the way it is now?
Yeah, I sometimes hold the door for the person behind me because, you know, I think it's a nice gesture. But at least say thank you. or show a bit of
Oh,
appreciation.
fuck. Don't you hate that when like, because
Oh,
my street is so tight, right? Joker, you've been down my street. Yeah, it's super tight.
yeah.
When I pull over to let someone through, I fucking live on this street. So I'm happy to pull over because I'm like, I know this is a tight street.
Yeah.
But when someone doesn't wave to say thanks,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you fucking scum.
There's a lot of bus drivers that appreciate when when they
Yeah,
put
you
on a
let 'em
signal,
through.
they put on a signal indicator and you give them away because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't do that, but when I do that, they give me the hazards,
Yeah,
which to say thank
or an
you.
arm out the window. And
Oh
I
yeah,
fucking
exactly,
love it, man.
100%. And it makes you feel so much better because you've done something and someone's appreciated that. The world just needs to be a bit kinder because a little bit of kindness actually makes the difference.
As cheesy as that sounds, I'm 100% with you, man. It's like the attitude's gotta. I think the attitude comes from being insecure. That's what it is, though. That's what I'm getting at. It's like people are so insecure that, like when I was young and angry, right? I remember you just reminded me, like with the bus thing. I was driving around just down the road at Ruba Junction, and someone was beeping me from behind. Like they beeped me, and I kind of ignored it, and then they beeped again, and I just was so quick, man. I stuck my finger out the window. Just like stuck my finger out, right? And then like a week later, I was catching up with my family, and my mum's sister goes, "Hey, naughty boy." I'm like, what? And they're like, "Yeah, just stuck your finger up at me the other day. Hey."
I knew that was gonna happen.
And it just made me realize, yeah, like what the fuck am I so angry for,
I did that same thing. I saw a car that I recognized and I stopped next to him and I'm just like holding my horn down. Next thing you know, I thought it was my mate. No, it was his mum driving the car. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. and my car's not that like little sort of beep beep sort of horn. It's like a proper
That's
oh
so funny.
God.
Man, like recently when I was in Africa, and we just went to this little Cape Town and went to this the island that they have there that had this amazing view from the top once you get the cable car up. And I just broke off from my family and stuff because it was a really fucking hot day and I was dying and I needed to get some sort of icy cold drink. So I went to the cafe. I just sat down there by myself having a cigarette, and this chick just walks straight up to me and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was just, her accent threw me off. I didn't even understand. Like we just started talking. I'm like, so where are you from? And she goes, Australia. And she had an Aussie accent, and we fucking met in Africa. And it was just cool because like for the whole time that we were meant to be there, you got like an hour to like walk around and you had deadline. I had to fucking go soon. But it was just cool talking to this chick, and I'm never going to see her again. I never swapped fucking details with her or anything, but it was just such a cool thing to have happened.
Yeah.
And I don't regret not getting her details. Just enjoyed the fact that two Aussies met completely on the other side of the world and had a good conversation.
Yeah. That's what you need sometimes.
I just think like that was cool. Like it's sad that it took fucking to travel that far to meet someone interesting and open.
Yeah.
It's sad that like I can't do it in my own fucking backyard.
Well, yeah, it doesn't happen here, unfortunately.
It doesn't, man. It doesn't.
I'm not saying it's 100% doesn't. I'm just saying, people are very, I don't know.
It happened for me like literally 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was at Viv invited me to one of her local cafes, and it's her cafe. So everyone, as soon as she walked in, all the staff were like, "Oh, hello, no." And we sat out in the courtyard, and there's this Pakistani guy talking to two older white Aussie ladies, and they were talking about racism. And I couldn't help myself, man. I'm having my breakfast, got my coffee, got Viv to talk to, but I'm like, I just started talking to them. I couldn't help it. It was such an interesting topic. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, sorry guys, I couldn't help myself, but I couldn't help myself but listening on what you guys are saying. They're like, oh fuck, are we talking too loud? I'm like, no. Like, I find what you're talking about really interesting because I grew up here in the 80s and I had heaps of racism and Asians out spray paint on the walls and shit. And we just got into this fucking huge conversation about it for at least like 30, 40 minutes. Food's going cold and everything. And Viv didn't say a single fucking word. And like, Viv talks her ass off when we hang out, but she didn't have the confidence to, like, I could just see that in her head she wanted to say something, but she couldn't.
Yep.
So I think a lot of younger, she's younger too. So I think a lot of, like, she's mid-20s, but it's like, I think if you're not used to it, then you can't just do it.
Yep.
You got to start somewhere, kind of thing. Because I said to her afterwards, like, why the fuck didn't you say anything? Like, it's so, I could see that you were trying to, but you couldn't. And she's like, oh, I'm just not confident, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
kind of
that'll stop
understand
you
that.
from, like, right now you guys are on a fucking podcast. It's like, it takes confidence to do this shit. So many people would never do this. They can't do it.
Yeah.
Both of you guys can talk a lot, man.
Oh, thanks. Hawk hasn't said a word for like 5 minutes.
He's deep in thought right now, but like
Oh,
Hawk talks a lot, man. Like,
I'm just looking at a video about the old place I used to live. No, I was actually gonna say, when you guys are talking about like how good it feels to be polite and everything, I don't feel anything from it, because it became super typical for me. The only thing I feel is like super annoyed when people are essentially rude, like when you're at the bus stop or when you're at the train. Generally, I always step to the side of the door so when people can come off. I find it really annoying when someone just goes up and then just walks straight past them. Just like, excuse me, it's like, fucking, I'm doing this to be polite, you cunts.
Especially like the escalators, always stay to the left.
yeah,
No, let's stay on both sides so no one can get through.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a lot of inconsiderate people around.
I didn't know this, but apparently in London it's an unwritten rule, because people have actually been stabbed for standing on the right, because that's considered the essentially like the fast lane. Like, if people really want to get through, they need to get. But apparently people have been stabbed, and I'm just like, wait, what? For just standing on the right hand side of the escalator? It's like, yes. I'm like, okay.
Note to self: stand on left.
Yeah.
Dude, Hawk, with you, it's like when you talk about Star Wars and you just get so geeked out about it. I've said it so many times over however long we've known each other that, my God, if you met a girl that was into Star Wars as much as you were, you guys are gonna like be such a force.
You're gonna have little Obi-Wans running around.
The pun intended. Like, you guys will be such a force to be reckoned with, and like wouldn't there be like there's a website called Meetup and stuff? Wouldn't there be meetups about Star Wars? Wouldn't there like be cosplay events that you could go to where you could like literally see people dressed up in Star Wars gear and stuff, and like, they're as into it as you are?
You know what? I think Hawk will have a struggle, because if they both have different opinions on Star Wars.
No, I agree, but it's cool.
Gonna be yeah.
That's what makes a relationship.
No, I don't actually. I don't. I think completely different. I think if she has a different opinion, it'll make it more interesting.
Exactly. But wouldn't you go, like, would you think like, I would never go to a Comic-Con or a cosplay because it's like, would you just not go because there's too much attitude, or would you?
No, I'd not go because it's too expensive. I'm like,
oh, you can't be like that. You gotta buy a dinner. You gotta date. You gotta romance.
You know what? I've never been, but let's go together.
You can't be like that, Hawk. It's like you spend 300 games you've got. 400.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of money, bro.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but that's like over a period of time. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When I did actually look at going to one of the Comic Cons or E3, and then I was like looking at the price, and it's like, oh, by the way, this is $1,400, not including tickets and everything like that.
Yeah, but you could meet some really cool people that also get stung by the cost. But it's like
Oh, I agree, but
they're meant to be fun places to meet people, right?
You could meet your future girlfriend dressed up as Ahsoka from Star Wars. Like, you may never know.
Can you imagine?
I wouldn't have a dress up as Ahsoka. It'd be Bastila Shan.
Dude, I honestly think you should go to the next one.
You know what? Let's
all go.
Yeah, let's all chip in and we'll all go.
Yeah, all those things are expensive, man. It's like a holiday though. Yeah, it's better than going on a fucking cruise ship.
Yeah, but look, I'd be fine with it if it was like $1,400 for the entire week or everything. It's $1,400 a day. I'm like, what?
That's expensive, yeah. Fuck. That's expensive, man. I'm with you, but it's like, fuck. Why does it cost $1,400 to go to an event like that? Bullshit. You're full of shit.
Is it Oz Comic Con?
No, I was looking at the Comic Con as in the one in San Francisco.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking hell, bro. I'm talking about local ones, man. Come on, get real. You don't want to go over there. You don't want to go over there, meet some hot chick from like a hot chick there, and then like next thing you know, you're heartbroken
But
because you got to move to the US.
apparently Americans really dig the British accent.
Oh, dude, everyone does. Come on, man. It's better than the Aussie accent.
the good thing is I work with
No, best accent is the Irish accent.
Irish.
I can't understand a fucking word they say, so I
Yeah,
don't.
I surprisingly work with one, so I do.
Fucking confused.
Well,
It's
I've
so
been-
hard to understand them at first. Really, really hard. But after a while, you get to understand them.
Well, I imagine you
think
guys
so.
were the same with me. Like,
Nah, you're
I-
you're clear as.
really, considering I've talked to people before and they're like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "I said this," and they're like, can you just spell it out for me?" I'm like, "Okay."
I only pretend
What'd you
to
say?
not know. Yeah, I only pretend to not know what you're saying when you
then
get
so-
crazy
and then
about
so-
Star Wars, man.
And then sometimes they're like, "Are you from Scotland?" I'm no. And like, "Are you Welsh?" I'm like, "How dare you say that?"
But look, back on topic, guys. Like, I seriously think this whole thing about like, I know for a fact, like, it's not even a Google thing or research thing. I just know for a fact that I know a lot of guys that are single. That's all I know. Like, it's real. It's not like a statistic for me. I don't care what the fucking statistic is. All I know is that I know a whole lot of guys that are single. I don't think these guys necessarily even try to band together to go out and find girls, which is something that we used to do. Like, you just used to hang out with your mates every weekend looking for girls. So I just think like it's not even there at all. It doesn't even exist. You know, everyone's just playing games or whatever. Everyone's just geeking out about something.
I'm just trying to find out what the population between male and female is in Sydney.
Like Joker, you and I have actually talked about like we've already met up, which is cool, right? Because that took a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
we
You know,
need to do it
fucking did
again.
it. But then, but I don't think there's anything wrong if you and I actually went out
Mm.
and tried to talk to some girls. Like, dude,
No.
I will be happily the sacrificial lamb. If I can put my money where my mouth is, I'm going to be the one that goes up to the two girls that are sitting in each place that we go to, the two girls that are sitting by themselves. You know, I'll be the one to say good day. You know, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of girls that say, "Oh, sorry, man. Like, you know, I haven't seen my
Yeah,
friend
but
in a very long time."
I'd
and-
honestly be like super shocked if you couldn't do that, considering what your job is like taking. Like, I imagine you're somewhat desensitized to all that
Yeah,
sort of
well,
stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
true.
but I was just saying if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's just like, but you're right, Hawk. I'm not just saying anyone can do it. It does take some sort of confidence to do, but like it's still gonna. Don't get me wrong. I'll still be fucking nervous, bro. Like every time I need to go up and do a speech in front of a school, they're fucking 20-year-olds. I
That's
still
so
get fucking
different.
nervous, man.
That
No,
is so different.
I still get nervous though. The nervousness comes from the fact that I still want to put effort in. Like I can't just be like just rock up and fucking make sure I need to make sure that these students are going to get something in the hour. So I get nervous because the nervous energy helps me put the work in.
But then after like give it 5-10 minutes, it starts to settle down. You get more
Exactly.
comfortable.
And,
You go
and,
through.
as, and as soon as I
Well-
hop off the stage, I am the happiest I've been in ages. And I go out of there and I pat myself on the back and I fucking feel awesome. It's like,
Yeah.
I think
Well done.
one of the rules in life is like, you just got to show up, right? If you want to be successful, just
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
show up.
Yeah,
Just bet yourself that you can do it, or just
And-
just wing it. Just
Right.
go
And-
for it.
Right, rather than wimping out and backing out and canceling it or not thinking you're good enough, or it's very easy for me when I get asked to talk, I get nervous and I'm like, I'll do it, and then instantly those thoughts come into my head like a couple of days before. Oh, I think I'm busy. I'm too busy. I might just cancel this or
Yeah.
postpone it. And it's like fucking thank God I never actually end up going through with canceling it, because when I do it, oh, it's just another feather in your hat. It's so
Oh
good.
yeah, 100%.
Oh well, when the last sort of thing that with that was with a thing called Sexpo.
Oh yeah, I've been to that. It's shit.
Hold on. I booked a ticket to it because I was like,
Oh, you can
I've
afford
no,
that, but not Comic Con.
it was like
It's
150. It was like 150 bucks. I'm like, yeah, cool, for like the VIP ticket. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get that.
You're not
and
going to
on-
meet anybody there.
Oh no, it was something that sort of more made me like a bit uncomfortable. I was just like,
You're not going to meet anybody there, man. They're going to want to take you for a lap dance, and they're
no,
going to
no,
pick you
hold
up
on.
for $500.
No, I met like an interesting chick there. Like she was a stripper and everything, but she was still like really cool. Her name was Maya. Um,
And
like
you're in
like
love with her.
oh yeah, I did fall into that trap of like, oh my god, like heart eyes and emojis and everything. But I was like, no. But no, there was I went there because I was like really uncomfortable like the days before and day of. I was just like, maybe I'll just like not go. Like I know like it's not like that much money, but then I'm just like fucking just grow some balls, just fucking go. It makes you uncomfortable. That's the point. And I went, and yeah, it was pretty shit because it was like so basic and
Some
like the even
shit.
like the floor shows where I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking awesome
Nah,
and
they're
erotic, and it was
shit.
just like part way through it while everyone was gathered, I was just like, I'm just gonna go back to the strip club. Wow.
Yeah, they're shit. Look, I
But no, I think I felt like I got a bit of like a beneficial part from it.
look, I just think there's like if you were in a situation where you had a local club or a local pub, it's the best. Because if I reflect back on like certain clubs that I went to, they were the same clubs that I went to every single week, and you get to know people over time because like it's the same sort of faces that rock up and they have their own little crews, and you end up, you know, just takes a little bit of time sometimes. Like it
Oh yeah.
is definitely hard to just go into a place you've never been to before. But you know, if I'm fucking overseas though, I'll fucking talk to everybody because I've got nothing to lose there. No one fucking knows me. I'm never gonna see these fucking people again. So I tend to be much louder overseas. But I'm just as shy as the next guy, man, 100%. But like I just don't think I've got anything to lose. So Joker, if we go out 100%, man, I will be the
I'd be interested to see that.
I'm 100% gonna make sure that we ended up talking to some cool people, guys
Rather,
and girls, guys
rather
and
than
girls.
say
Man.
if, it's when we go
It's
out.
when, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 100% with you, man. Like, let's just do it. We don't have to go to a fucking strip club. Fuck that shit. We'll go to a bar, you know, and
Strip club.
we'll go to a bar and we'll just meet some cool people. Like,
Oh
I
no,
think
I'm
it'd be
all
mad.
about meeting people. Like it's great to meet people.
Yeah.
It's great to know people because everyone's different. Everyone's unique.
Yeah, just no intentions, you know. Like I just think,
Yeah.
like at end of the day, like coming back to the whole geeked out thing as well. Like I just think geeks are the coolest people on the planet. I've always said it. I think if a geek is someone who's very passionate about
Certain
something,
things.
and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I think that people who are really into stuff are so much cooler than people who are sitting there going, "Oh fuck, I wish I was into something," you know. Like
Oh, my Snapchat is going off chaps. Oh, look at this dick pic. You know,
Actually,
yeah, 100%.
exactly right. So, but at the same time, I've also like had so many like in university, I was so in love with this chick, and like one of my best friends came up to me,
Oh,
like she said to me, Justin, the way you look at her, like it's like with puppy eyes and stuff, you're never gonna get anywhere with her. Like she said to me, there's something attractive about a bastard, Justin. You just gotta fucking realize that. And I learned everything from that moment on. I just realized I went out with a girl and I was really mean to her. And next thing you know, she's fucking calling me all the time, leaving messages and shit. And I was horrible, but it was like I had to learn that. It was like it was a horrible thing, but it's like what it taught me is like playing games is a thing too. You know, like you don't just meet someone and puppy eye and like fucking go hard. Like it's like it is a game as well,
yeah.
and we're good at playing games. You know, like
That's why
we're
we're
smart about
gamers.
our yeah. Well, we're smart about our choices, and you don't get to the fucking end game on within the first 10 minutes. You just know that. You know that to get to the end game, you got to fucking grind and work.
Yes, no,
So I
100%.
think there's no difference with like, you know, you don't want to be this soppy fucking, you know, something that they're just like, oh god, you know, like. But you do have to be interesting, and you have to play. Don't give it all away so soon, and be intriguing
Yeah.
and be funny. Like I think being funny really fucking
Now
helps.
I really want to see you two at the bar, and then you lean over to Joker when you're talking to a girl, just go, think Dota 2, go.
I'm just gonna be.
I got this.
I'm just
I
gonna
got
be.
this.
I'm gonna be like, you see the guy over there with the bedroom eyes.
Oh
Like, yeah,
god.
that's my mate Joker.
just be at the table like hardcore pose, just.
Joker
see
will be
that?
like
See that? See that British?
semi horizontal with his shoulder up, like yeah, arching his back.
Give her the nod. Yeah, and the sexy eyes. Yeah.
Like I even remember that from high school, right? Like this girl was sitting at the back of the bus, and I used to be a geek that used to sit at the front of the bus, you know. And she was always at the back of the bus, this blonde chick, and I was so into her. Always thought she was cute. But then like there was just one particular bus trip where she just kept looking my way, and I would look at her, but I was just too scared to hold the stare, you know.
Wouldn't it
So
be because it's the only place you can look is the front?
well, I don't know, but I just no. I
Yeah,
was
like,
standing up.
I
I was
agree with
standing up.
that.
I
It's
was standing up.
like,
I was standing up, but like it turns out, like she just kept looking at me, and I was, every now and then I'd look, and then I looked, and then she smiled, and then I tried to smile back, and like
Right
in the
to
end, in the
smile.
end, it turns out she was interested in me. So which is like I was the geek that was sitting at the front of the bus, you know, and after a while, I started sitting at the back of the bus because of her. But then, like as soon as I started like talking to her, and at that stage, we were sending love letters. That's what you do in school. You're sitting in fucking commerce, the class that you fucking hated, and you're writing a love letter to some chick, right? So I'd be writing love letters to her, or whatever, and fucking I started getting a nickname that Justin Mills and Boone. Like Mills and Boone is this like sloppy romance novels that girls used to read. So they were like
Okay.
paying me out because like this is a guy that's like I hadn't even kissed her yet, and I was like fucking probably saying I love yous and shit. So yeah,
Cringe.
like just lost my. I'm the geek. I fucking lost my shit, bro. So I realized really early on, like that was really early in high school. It's like, fuck, you got to play the game, bro.
Oh,
you can't
God.
just you can't just like fucking fall head over heels over someone before you even get to
But it's
second
hard
base.
because that's a natural instinct, and
Oh, dude, I couldn't help myself.
obviously you learn from that. It's all experience. That's
No, that
all
was
it
high
is.
school, and in
Yeah.
uni, I got the same shit. Like in the uni, like that's what like a good friend of mine was just like, "What the fuck are you doing, Justin? Like you keep giving this chick the puppy eyes." And as soon as I started treating everyone meaner, and like I ended up going having an affair with this girl that I was chasing after, but she was already seeing a guy who was a year above me in my old high school, and now he's in my university, and he's like a fucking footballer, built like muscly as fuck, and I'm this skinny dweeby short guy. She was way taller than me, um, but I ended up at least having an affair with her destroyed me. I fucking lost it because I was so in love with her. But I still played enough of a game to realize, okay, at least I got somewhere. So it's sad. That's another sad thing about it is like you can't just like fucking go around with an open heart.
Yeah.
You still have
the
to
only
work. You still have to work at it. You can't just be like fucking, oh, this is me, take it or leave it.
the
Yeah.
only truly negative romantic story I have, because I pretty much don't have any, is that
Is it Star Wars related?
no,
Cosplay.
no, there was this chick, she was Irish and she was at my school, and I was like, I fucking like really fancied her.
Mm.
And apparently she did too, and apparently people said it to my face. And
And
I
you
was just
still
like,
couldn't. You
I
were
was no,
frozen.
I was just completely oblivious to it. Like only years later, when my mum was like, "No, people are actually fucking telling you that she liked you." I'm like, "No, they didn't." Like, yes, they did. Like, no,
But were
no,
you
they
guys
didn't.
friends though? Like, did you guys hang out?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, see, that's sweet. I think that that's how a lot of relationships happen is your friends first. That's even better.
Oh no,
That's
I just felt like a fucking idiot. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow.
like, oh, you know how these guys, a lot of guys are like, oh, once you're in the friend zone, you're fucked. You're not. Like, friends are where you're gonna be when you can't even use your dick anymore when you're 80 years old. You know, like it's better to be someone that's with someone for life that's a friend than like someone who's got hot tits that when they're 80, I'm pretty sure those tits aren't gonna be so hot anymore.
That's because when you have a friend that you can be close with, you've got a connection rather than like looks based attraction or lust.
Yeah, friend zone's fucking
And
okay, man,
but
because
the problem,
they're gonna keep going out with guys that are fuckwits, you
yeah,
know?
and the problem is that I'm not saying either any gender is at fault, but it's the fact that some people believe that being close with your friend in that sense is wrong, and if you screw that up you lose them forever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm like, well, that depends on how you both think. If you both can, if you know it's not working, you can call it off. You can still be friends. It's happened before.
Yeah, yeah. And if you can't keep your cool, then you start if you start like fucking getting really depressed about it, then it's like, yeah, you need to chill the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, I've called it off with a couple of friends where I just started to get a little bit too attracted to him. I was like, oh fuck, fucking hell, I can't keep my cool. So it's happened to me before for sure.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong
My
with
bad.
dating your best friend because you'll know that the fact that you wouldn't always have trust for each other.
Nah, that's where it's at, man. In the end of the day, like any relationship that I've been in that's gone past 4 years, you're definitely more of a unit together. Like you just
Yeah.
you sleep with each other every single fucking night in bed. That you become one person. You just do.
Well,
It's just the chemistry just melds together. You just end up being, even everyone else in the world sees you as one person. So it just happens after 4 or 5 years or whatever.
don't sleep together, sleep in separate rooms.
Maybe later on in life, but I just
Yeah.
think it happens. Like I think you can't make every fucking day exciting. Like it's just
No,
you know
some
you
days
know
you have bad days, but sometimes you
or
have good.
yeah,
But
it
the
slows
fact,
down.
yeah, it will always slow down. But that's when you become, what's the word? Not compromise. Spontaneous.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's becoming spontaneous. Think of new ways. Like there's a million other ways to impress someone. You
No,
know,
that's it, man. Like if you got a car, you just hop in it, just end
go
up
for a drive. Just say fuck it.
exactly,
Listen,
exactly.
take 3 months off camping, or we're moving, or move to a different world, or try new foods, or this go mountain bike riding. Like
Yeah,
there's so
yeah,
much things to do out there. You don't
yeah.
always have to return home.
It's not easy though. I think
It's not.
I can't speak
You're
for all
right.
guys, but as a guy, I felt like when you're in a relationship that long, there's so little drive left that it's easier to just pick up the controller and play games all night or watch TV than it is to, like, you feel it. You can feel her burning. Like you can feel like all you need to do is just go out. Like you say, be
Well,
spontaneous and just fucking do something. But
well,
and you know it. You know exactly what you need to do.
or
And it's
go old
fucking
school.
impossible.
Or go old school. If you both into video games, pop on Mario, pop in something old, something you both can play,
Something you
or
can both do.
have
Yeah.
have some popcorn, cuddle together, and just
No,
play.
no, trust me, man. It gets to a point where, like, I remember my ex fiance. She was like on the couch. We're both watching TV, and she's on the couch, and she goes, come up for some cuddles." This is, I'll never fucking forget this. She goes, "Come up for some cuddles," and I'm like, and I'm sitting on the fucking rug, cuddling the cat, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm cuddling the cat,"
Oh no.
and I'm like, it's so savage. I'll never forget it because it just reminds me of how bad I can get.
Yeah.
And how
You,
comfortable I can get,
I,
where you just let go in a relationship. Like you're not shaving as much. You get so comfortable sometimes that, like, that's why it is important to meet the right person
yeah.
who has, like, not someone that comes home from work every day. Like, "Hey babe, how's your day?" "Oh yeah, it was shit."
Yeah, shit.
Oh
Just leave me alone for the
God,
rest of the afternoon.
there's nothing there. It's like it's too hard to even have a conversation about the day. So yeah, it does take two to tango.
It does.
You need to meet someone
Com-
who is,
compromise on both sides.
yeah, someone who keeps you on your toes is always good.
Oh yeah, 100%. Why not? Why not? Once every blue moon, come home with a flower of roses to make her
Dude, that's a
smile.
huge thing.
or,
Yeah,
or something like that,
yeah.
because
It's so
when
important.
have you actually seen that? I
Uh-huh.
have not in the
Uh-huh.
last 10 years actually seen that. I know there are some guys that do, maybe for Valentine's Day, but it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
Dude, it's mostly mature men. Like I knew a guy who had his secretary once a week send his wife flowers, and the wife did not care at all that it was the secretary that was sending the flowers. The fact is that she had beautiful flowers once a week. They
From
smelled
him.
nice, they looked beautiful, and they made the house
Yeah.
look beautiful and smell nice. And it's the thought that counts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're bang on about that. Like guys will be like, "Oh fuck, it's just a waste of money." Or "Fuck, I'm like killing flowers." But it's not about you, bro.
No. No, 100%. Like for me, like I'll do something like extra special. Like if it's a friend's birthday that I'm close with, but they live in a different city, I post them a present. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
You know,
you'll make a good boyfriend, Joker. Hawk, I'm not so sure about you, bro.
What?
No comment. But yeah, for
All I
Hawk,
heard was
it's just gonna have to be like a Star Wars chick, I think. But they're out there, I'm sure.
I just want
yeah,
something.
Star Trek.
Star Wars, man. You want to get your lightsaber out, you know? Vroom,
Oh,
Yeah.
vroom.
Poker with a
lightsaber.
Yeah.
No, I just like to meet people because I'm infinitely interested in people.
You just want to be like Chewbacca in bed. You don't
What,
want her to
growling?
be like Chewbacca though, right?
I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'll sound like an idiot.
The boy.
Oh,
I can't do it either. All right. On that note,
there you go. There you go.
You just need to do that between a girl's legs, and you'll be fine, man.
Or do that when you climax.
It's all about the motting.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. But look, honestly, I think that was a lot of fun.
No, it was
I mean,
great.
all three of us are single at the moment. I think a lot of guys.
Yeah, just
yeah.
don't put my phone number in the description, please.
I'll put it up in Matrix code.
So
and people gotta figure it out.
I've put their phone numbers, their addresses, their emails, and their Facebook. Just hit them all up.
Oh,
I still maybe we should definitely at least put up the Joker's bedroom eyes for the image for the video.
No.
I'm joking. Oh, but Hawk's nipple shots.
Yeah. No, I don't want to like cause nightmares on people. Like, that's not fair for them.
But yeah, Joker, definitely looking forward to a night out.
100%.
Hawk, it's a shame that you don't live local. But I'm sure we'll once COVID's fucked off, I'm sure we'll end up meeting up face to face.
We can do that Oz Comic Con. That's next March, and I can do it in Sydney.
Yeah. Well,
Joker, when we go out, we can just have Hawk on Zoom chat. Like,
I am also a part of this.
You know what?
Have him on the iPad. You know.
What would be sad is if he picks up and I don't.
Oh fuck, that would be.
That'll be funny as hell.
Like
but,
some fucking we meet some Star Wars chick, and it's just him and her on the fucking phone all night.
Oh god.
What? She just goes, "Can I borrow that iPad?" Yeah, sure.
That's it.
And goes to the toilet. I think I know what's gonna happen.
What? Go to the toilet in Sydney? If the girls go to the toilet for too long, it's because they're doing lines of coke.
Who knows? People might be listening to this now and saying, "Yeah, we'll meet them at OzCon."
OzCon. So when is OzCon?
March 6th to 7th next year.
Oh, that's ages to go.
In Sydney Showground.
Ages to go. Well, the guy that I had on the podcast a couple of nights ago, he runs Beyond Cosplay, so he's totally in with all the cosplay community. So, could be good for him to introduce us to some people.
Yeah, true. I need a cosplay uniform then.
He has a T-51 Fallout suit.
Yeah, he said that, and he was making it sound like a stormtrooper.
Wait, I've seen that. I've seen that. I think
he's got a good one. It's got a good one. I reached when I first reached out to him, it was because I wanted to borrow it for a photo shoot.
Look, if you're gonna go, Joker, you're gonna have to go as a JoJo character because you're like hardcore interposing.
As a what? Sorry,
a JoJo character.
What the fuck's a JoJo character?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, it's an anime that Hawk loves.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You can go as Josuke or Jordan or Giovanni.
If I get dressed up, I'm definitely going as a chick for sure.
What the fuck?
Why not? I mean, the whole concept of cosplay is you can be something that something that you're not and stuff. So fuck, why not?
Really? Can't I go like Gohan or something from Dragon Ball or something like that?
No, go as fucking Josuke from Part 4.
You know what? I got a few months to figure it out. Don't worry about it.
And then I'll go as Crazy Diamond. And I'll just stand behind you the entire time.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But anyway.
All right, let's wrap it up. Hawk, you're gonna see us out. Thanks everyone for listening. If you've gotten this far.
Thanks everyone.
Far. Oh my god.
Let's wrap it up, Hawk.
All right. Peoples of the internet dwellers, we have been geeked out on a 3, on a 2, and a 1. Nipples out.
Nipples out.
Nipples out.